I want to thank Jack Wareham for writing to me after seeing my most recent video lecture, the one called Outside In or Inside Out. Um, I was contrasting two types of, or two conceptions of psychoanalytic therapy. One essentially based around the idea of internalization, Melanie Klein's building up of a good internal object, Heinz Kohut's transmuting internalization, therapy as provision, providing something that is taken in from the outside, as opposed to really Winnicott and Lacan. Winnicott positing a true self that presumably comes into existence at conception. Something alive begins to grow, and he conceives of this not as something that can be known, but something that can, well, he defines it as going on being, a matter of being rather than knowing. So how does the mother help the child continue to be a true self? By non-impingement and non-abandonment. She's there, she provides a holding environment, she doesn't intrude, she doesn't abandon. Applied to psychoanalytic technique, the therapist is there to provide a non-intrusive, non-abandoning holding environment in which someone who has lost touch with the true self, someone who has lost his soul, might be able to find it again. And then I pointed out that there's a parallel with, of all psychoanalysts, Jacques Lacan, who in his early work on the mirror stage conceives the analytic task as helping us become emancipated from our idolatrous, rather addictive worship of the self-image in the imaginary, polishing the self-image while turning our backs on the living subject. So Winnicott and Lacan both speak of a kind of living subjectivity that we can lose touch with. And the aim of the therapy is to help emancipate this. So Jack wrote to me, and he had recalled a wonderful metaphor used by Freud himself, and I searched it out. It's in his 1905 paper on psychotherapy. And at this point, Freud is trying to liberate himself from hypnosis, and he's concerned that the therapy move away from suggestion. So that's the move away from outside in towards inside out. And Freud's metaphor is the distinction between painting on the one hand and sculpture on the other. In painting, we are putting on, layering paint on what might be originally seen as a blank canvas. We're pouring on, as distinct from sculpture, where you take the material and you chip away to reveal something inside, or something that the artist imagines is inside and seeks to uncover. Of course, this reminder of Freud's emphasis on uncovering reminds me of something that I have long valued, which is resistance analysis, defense analysis, the analysis of the defenses and the resistances. We We're not pouring on. We're trying to chip away. We're drawing attention, drawing the patient's attention to the way he or she avoids or evades facing something. And by dismantling these defenses and resistances, we're helping the patient draw closer and closer to their authentic being, their authentic experience, their authentic desire. And of course, this word authenticity is very unfashionable these days. And I ended the video by thinking back to 50 years ago when I was writing a PhD thesis as a young sociologist who was very alienated by the dominant social constructionism and the sociological theories of the self as a social construction through the socialization process. Is there nothing that resists this process? Is the child a tabula rasa upon which society writes its text? Nothing to fight back. And I had turned to the work of Dennis Wrong, over-socialized, his critique of the over-socialized concept of man in modern sociology. And I realized I was back 50 years later to the same essential issue, trying to think of and emancipate the repressed and evaded elements of the self, drawing closer to an authentic or a true self. And so it's important to not associate Freud and the Freudians entirely with the painting technique, entirely with the outside in. There is this other very important theme in classical analysis and ego psychology, which is the sculptural technique of chipping away at the defenses and at the resistances to help a person become closer to their true self, to their authentic experiencing. So thank you, Jack, for reminding me of this element of Freud himself and the work of classical defense analysis. Okay.